Now again, the Western Cape Police Commissioner is in police custody. Arno Lamoer is due in court in a short while to face racketeering and money laundering charges. Our reporter ENCA Larson is at the Goodwood Magistrates Court. ENCA, very good morning to you. Just take us through, for those who are not very familiar with this case, what has brought us to this point this morning where the police commissioner handed himself over to authorities.
Good morning, Rebecca. Yes, I mean, this story has been brewing since 2013, and while it has been spoken about for more than 2 years now, I think it's going to become quite a shock for many people in the Western Cape, because our police commissioner is a very public figure. He's a man who speaks a lot about fighting the war against gangsterism and drugs, and to actually see this man this morning, our top cop, hand himself over to the Goodwood police station along with 4 others, it certainly seems somewhat ironic. We are expecting him to appear in the Goodwood Magistrates Court by 9 o'clock. That's when this court gets going. And really it goes back to his alleged relationship with a very wealthy businessman in Cape Town. Now, the businessman has admitted that he has lent money or loaned money to the Western Cape Police Commissioner, allegedly 20,000 rand that we know of, that he's admitted to donating for Arno Lamoer's daughter's wedding. Arno Lamoer is a widower. He brings up 3 daughters on his own, and he said, you know what, we're very good friends. I certainly lent the money to him, but I did not expect anything in return. Interestingly, there are going to be 4 co-accused, including the alleged this businessman and 3 other top police in the province. So it'll be very interesting to be able to name them for you once they've appeared. We're not going to do that until they've been formally charged in this court. But very much the same relationship as was accused of Jackie Selebi, Glenn Agliotti, as well as Shabir Sheikh and Jacob Zuma. And what you must look out for this morning is the prosecutor in this case is going to be Billy Downer, who prosecuted Shabir Sheikh for his mutually beneficial relationship allegedly with Jacob Zuma, and I think that he'll probably go along the same lines.
ENCA, when that story came out last year about Arno Lamoer's relationship with that Cape Town businessman, Police Commissioner Pierre was also drawn into that, because she had apparently warned Lamoer that he was being investigated. She wasn't prosecuted at the time. Him handing himself over now, do you think that all of that might change, that she will once again be drawn into all of this? What's it looking like?
Well, it'll be very interesting to see whether she is eventually charged with defeating the ends of justice. She and Lamoer were intercepted in a crime intelligence legal, we understand, wiretap. Pierre allegedly speaking on the phone to Lamoer and warning him of this Hawks investigation. She was investigated for defeating the ends of justice, and the NPA came out last year and said they didn't think they had a winnable case, that they couldn't prosecute her because they didn't have enough evidence. IPID, however, they also investigated, and they recommended that certain disciplinary action be taken against Ria Pierre. But as I understand it, because she was appointed by the President, Jacob Zuma, only he can actually make those final decisions on whether to sanction her or not. So those allegations could well rear their heads again. We understand that Pierre and Lamoer have a good, strong relationship. She uses him in an advisory role, and so I'm certain that she will be watching probably eNCA this morning to find out what happens next.
And what will happen in court today, ENCA? What are we expecting will happen in court?
We're expecting a very brief bail application. I understand that the NPA and the lawyers for the 5 accused, including Arno Lamoer, have been in discussion. They agreed not to do a big Scorpions-type swoop on their homes, which is why they were allowed to hand themselves into the police this morning. They will apply for bail, and it'll be up to the magistrate to see whether that will be granted. There also should be some sort of charge sheet available to us. We understand that the charges include corruption and racketeering, but there may well be more charges added as this trial goes to court.
All right, we'll hear from you later on. That's eNCA's ENCA Larson outside the Goodwood Magistrates Court, where Western Cape Police Commissioner Arno Lamoer, who handed himself over this morning, is expected to appear in a short while.